Welcome to Crystal Delphia. This is Black Sun. Thanks for tuning in again. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself at this time. The Wellers said, if you listen to Bob Marley and the Wellers, not all that glitters is gold. Half that story has never been told. So now you see the light. So you stand up for your rights, see? So, life is your right. Life is your birthright. The truth is your birthright. Your power is your birthright. See? It's your birthright to be aware of this, which I'm about to reason with you on. See? So, thanks for tuning in again. So if you ever checked out my reasoning session, Mama Ama's message to the black woman, or the womb man, I reasoned with you on there and in multiple other reasoning sessions, and I explained how all the male deities throughout the world are male representations of the womb, or male representations of the mother goddess. See? So, and if you ever check out any of my setting the record straight reasoning sessions, or any of my other reasoning sessions on His Imperial Majesty, I reasoned about the hand signs, or the hand signals, or the mudras of His Imperial Majesty. See? And big ups to the brother from the Lion of Judah Society, the Ethiopian Hebrew. Big ups to that brother, because he broke down a long time ago, years ago, the hand signs of His Imperial Majesty. And I like how he explained that, before His Imperial Majesty was throwing up this particular sign, nobody was throwing these sign up. Now everybody use this particular hand sign to try to prove that you belong to some type of secret society, or that you belong to Illuminati, or whatever the case may be. So the brother from the Lion of Judah Society, the Ethiopian Hebrew, Ben cracked the code on how His Imperial Majesty threw up the sign first. And then, all of a sudden, everyone wanted to throw up their diamonds like they down with The Rock or something. Oh, man. Oh, so we have a lot to reason on, or have a lot to reason about, or both. Okay. So, today's reasoning session is brought to you today by Tiger Rod. This is a raw piece of Tiger Rod, not one of your shiny, polished up pieces of Tiger Rod. But I like raw Tiger Rod as well. I love all stones, you know what I mean, raw or tumble. But this I want you to see just how it just glitters. It's like gold. Wow. Anyway. Anyway, not to get off subject matter, I'm not going to do a reasoning session on Tiger Eye. And what you see here on top of the mother is Ginkgo. Ginkgo grows all around you, especially if you live in an urban community like Philadelphia or Shacklemaxim. You will see ginkgo trees everywhere. And the berries, or those little nuts, or whatever those berries are that come from the ginkgo tree, when they hit the ground in the fall season, they stink. Um, we used to call them stink berries back in the day. So no one likes those trees because of those berries. You be like, oh man, is this ginkgo or stinko? Sheesh. Anyway, had to make sure you guys were paying attention. But ginkgo has a lot of metaphysical and medical properties or medicinal properties. Remember, you can use herbs for medicinal purposes and metaphysical purposes as well, or both. See? Now, I like this artwork because whoever painted this picture or drew this picture of Haile Selassie, His Imperial Majesty, drew these bees around his head. Now, this is from a book cover. I just like the image, and so I use this image a lot. When I used to work at Horizon Books, we used to have this particular book. But anyway, so when you look at this image of His Imperial Majesty, you see bees around his head. Some will question, why does he have bees around his head? Now, we know that the bee is the mother of mothers, the great goddess. See? So, whenever you see that bee in symbolism, know that that's not just some Illuminati symbol. This is, or the bee is one of the most ancient symbols for Unamatu. See? So, a lot of people, especially the brothers, who want to stone me, they would say that's a strong statement to say that all of the male gods represent a female, or represents the great mother or the womb. Now, notice, sisters and brothers, we reasoned about this before, but I'm bringing it back again. They have created a society where they have taken all of the ancient cosmologies around the world, and they made the woman, or they demonized the woman. They demonized the womb, man. See? So, this is an image of Baphomet, and I'm using this image so when you understand Baphomet in his relationship to the womb, that's just one version of this concept that we keep seeing all around the world, is this particular womb worship, or the Vesica Pisces. See? Now, you will see a lot of deities coming out of this particular Vesica Pisces, or oval-like shape. See? You see the Buddha and all these, you see so many different Buddha deities and Hindu deities coming out of the Vesica Pisces. You also see Jesus coming out of the Vesica Pisces, just like all of the male deities, and everybody comes out of the Vesica Pisces. See? You know what I mean? Google it. This is a funny ceremony. Got this image off of the internet. You know, this is the original, or one of the old forms of baptism, of them taking the person through Vesica Pisces, and that's their way of showing that they have been reborn, or that they're born again. Anyway, you will find this particular concept in so many different schools of thoughts. We're not going to go through all of them, but to reason and to come back to the Rastafari school of thought, some would say, well, a lot of those deities weren't actual physical men who historically existed. Some would say that these male deities are personifications of celestial forces, or celestial luminaries, or celestial bodies, or whatever you want to call them. Well, in the Rastafari cosmology, Haile Selassie did actually historically exist. See, in some cultures, yes, the deity is a actual allegorical deity, which is a personification of something else formed into a man. Now, we reasoned about the Buddha and all of them, and how somehow the womb has been turned into a man. And this history has been hidden from us, and the gender wars that took place when these things happened has been hidden from us. So this is now coming back. Un Amatu and the cosmology of Un Amatu is coming back to Aboriginal people strong. Yeah, a lot of people don't know what's going on, so let me tell them what I'm going to see. So, it's a natural mystic blowing through the air. If you listen carefully now, you will hear, seeing Un Amatu is, or Mama Ama, is the great Omega, the Queen of Queens, if you want to call. I don't even like to use the word queen, but the mother of all mothers. Seen. So the Vesica Pisces, and we're going backwards, going into other reasoning sessions that we already did, but I'm just reasoning with you guys so you can just a little backdrop. But you know, the Vesica Pisces is the foundation of the sacred flower of life, and within the sacred flower of life, you have your tree of life and its different sephiras. But for those who understand how creation works through this Vesica Pisces, you understand that it's more than just those sephiras in your tree of life. For all of you Kabbalists or people who like to deal with the Kabbalah, there's more than just these sephiras, because on the sacred flower of life, there's infinite sephiras seen. But the tree of life is a way that you can explain a lot of different stories into one symbol. You could go through many cosmologies with this one symbol, or many different cultures with this one symbol, and break down the whole school of thought using this particular tree of life. But anyway, we're going to reason on that at another time on a higher level reasoning session. See, Russ? So, why all of these guys keep popping up out of this oval? The Buddha and all of them. Why? Once again, they come from here. See? So, this is old news for those who've been building and researching for a while. But to come back to this image here, see, and I'm gonna say it clear. Now look at this star on top of Baphomet's head. I'm gonna turn it upside down. Now, if this star represents, and I said this 1,000 times, represents the black woman. Now, and this way, that's a woman. That star represents the woman standing up on her feet with her head in the sky. But if you turn it upside down, her head is on the ground and her feet is in the sky. And that's what happened to our woman. Yes. For all of you metaphysical pimps who want to keep giving black woman God or the black woman is God lectures to, boost up your ego and, to get a nice fan base of women. For you red, black, and green pimps and astro pimps, that's good. Now, I'm not taking away from the knowledge of it. Remember, you guys only have half the story anyway, but that's good. That's old. But I'm letting you know that at this time, they took that Eastern star, per se, and put her on her head. She is standing on her head at this time. So, to make a million words real short and to squeeze it into a paragraph, what's happening now is that Unamatu is taking this star, and I'm using symbolism to explain a phenomena that's way deeper than the symbolism that I'm using to explain it with. But anyway, that 5-pointed star, or that Eastern star that's standing on her head at this time, is very slowly about to come back on her feet. And as Elijah Muhammad said, no nation can rise greater than its woman, right? So if that's true, then if she's standing on her head, then she's not God. Y'all not gonna like me for this one. If y'all say that the black woman is God, then without the awareness of it, then she would be the opposite, right? Becomes a vampire, a sucker of energy, not a giver of life, not a healer. Drain you, suck you dry, like a sequoia, see? Like a vampire. When in reverse, but they use her image, they use her sexuality and her sexual energy to do a lot of damage to us. See? So as long as that eastern star is standing on her head, now mind you, as you see in symbolism, they already turned her into a devil. To keep you away from worshiping, or excuse me, and I hate to use that word but for a lack of better words, but to keep you away from cracking the code and paying homage. You see that beehive there? You see these Masons keep using this bee symbol for some reason. Believe me. You hear me? Anyway. So with the woman or the woman or our sister standing on her head, how can we move forward as a nation if you need your feet to move forward with? See? So, this is not an attack on my sisters because she's been being beat up and attacked for over 400 years now. So I'm not going to come and stop her while she already on the ground. But, you know, I have to say this so that she can listen. I'm just a vessel, but so she can stand up, so that she can get off her head and realize what's going on. Wake up. You have been deceived. You are the mother, so you must teach the son. See? I know the son is bad, but you must teach this. They say the mother is the first teacher, right? So if the mother's not teaching the truth, didn't Bob Marley, before he ascended, say, tell the children the truth? He said Babylon's system is the vampire. Tell the children the truth. And that was one of the last songs that he put out. Not the last song, but anyway. So, but in reverse, yes, we're gonna build on that. I ain't gonna keep, oh yeah, the black woman is God. No. Potentially, yeah. Potentially, you know, there's God potential in everything in our life. But let's deal with the reality. She ain't there yet. She's clueless. This is not an attack, but I just have to say this so you can digest it, you know? So, just as all of the male deities, as I reasoned, and like I reasoned with you before, check out Brother Sanchez works, Her Story to His Story. He has many different lectures with that title, Her Story to His Story. So there's a lot of information that this brother's dropping. I'm not here to give you a lecture. I'm just here to reason. There is a natural mystic blowing through the air scene, and that's coming from Amatu. So, once again, if all the other male deities came from out of this Vesica Pisces of the womb, so did His Imperial Majesty, Ras. So, no. Ask Rastaman if I'm trying to kick knowledge. No. But I'm trying to show you some things that you can apply. And at this time, it's very crucial and it's very vital for you to embrace Unamatu, embrace the earth, Tiamat, Gaia, whatever you want to call her, you know, give her a better name than Earth. I'm not saying Earth is a bad name. I'm just saying, you know, give her more respect. Give her a real name. Oh, gosh. But anyway, When your third eye becomes cracked open, you will see this Vesica Pisces symbolism in everything, everywhere. You will just see it all day. All types of businesses and corporations using the Vesica Pisces logo, or using that particular sigil in their logo, and you will see it in Gucci and Chanel and all those other different products. It's everywhere. Now, when your third eye is not open, you gotta go out and search for it. But when it's open, you will see this Vesica Pisces symbolism everywhere. And remember, all of the gods come out of this Vesica Pisces. So, it's time to stop beating around the bush with it, keeping it hidden and all of that. See, this is what they do. Behind closed doors, they worship the womb, but they had to make it secret. They had to keep you away from it by using images like this, and they went around the world and just pretty much demonified the woman. So she's standing on her head now. It's time to get up on your feet, sister, because you're the mother, and the mother always helps the son get back up on his feet. See, black man, Aboriginal man, the Moorish man, whatever man, like Red Man said, and ain't never gonna get on his feet if you standing on your head, sister. So if that Masonic Eastern Star continues to stand, and I know there's other ways to break down that particular inverted star that's not negative, but I'm just using the inverted star as a representation of the woman in her state at this time. See, there's many ways to break down symbols. So from that perspective, that is the Masonic secret, and the fact that we live on a yoni, people. We live on a yoni. This is a yoni verse, and I explained this before, but I'm reasoning with you guys again because I know that might have sounded far-fetched then. So people are asking more questions. So in my reasoning sessions, I hope I touch on some of the questions that certain people or individuals ask. So though I try to find all the answers to all the questions they ask, I know it's impossible to go live into the past. But is it truly impossible? Because, like I said, grab your amber and time travel. Maybe you grab some amber, maybe you can go live into the past. See? But they keep them down anyway. Okay? There is a natural mystic blowing through the air. Ye that has an ear, let him or her hear what's going on. See? Ye that has an ear, let them hear what the Spirit say to the church of Philadelphia. You already know. See? It's time to tap into your birthright. See? Your birthright is what you was birthed from. See? Makes sense. Without a big lecture on the Black's Law Dictionary. Mo. Let's get to the roots now. You know what I mean? We've been beating around the bush, and like I said, not all that glitters is gold. Half that story ain't ever been told. So we're telling that other side of the story. So we don't expect people to believe us. Saying we expect to be stoned. But the youngers are going to pick up, and the youth and the younger generation is going to carry this and pass it along and help with that process of tilting that star back over so she can stand on her feet. Until then, she's walking around with Kool-Aid on her head, looking like a walking water ice. I don't know. If you're not from Philly, you don't know what a water ice is, but, you know, it's ridiculous, the state of the woman. And it's not you, my sisters. It's this is not blame it on the system lecture either. Because, no, it always goes back to you and self-realization. And we must reach self-realization in order to heal and change. And so it's not about escapism and blameism. But that system, this is not about blaming on the system. This is to tell you that that system that they've been blaming it on is coming to a collapse. Babylon, your system is burning down, going up in flames. Did y'all listen to Richie, man? Babylon, your system is burning down, it's burning out, yeah. Richie Ben told y'all, Babylon, your system is burning down, it's burning out. So, that's good news. I'm not here to give you more fear or more bad news about how the world is fucked up. But, if that star or the sister continue to stand on her head, we will continuously be fucked up. And that's not going to happen. You know why? Because Unamatu's not going to let it. So just like all those other male deities are representations of the womb or the mother goddess, cloaked as a man, as I said before, I'm just a man myself and being a representation for the mother goddess. So that's why I just take you straight to the source herself. You know what I mean? It ain't about me and my masculine look and how cute I am. And I know I'm cute, but y'all don't really need to see how cute I am. I want you to show, I want to show you the source itself, because you were down in tune on the one, the force itself. See? So, a lot of this affirmation has been said before in other reasoning sessions, but I was reasoning with somebody today, and this one is kind of for them. But you know who you are, and go back and check out some of my older reasoning sessions if you're sitting there thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? And of course, do your own research. Said it before. The black sun dwells in the middle of this plane, in the middle of this universe. We live on a universe, and it's not round, it's not flat. It's deeper than what your mind could conceive, but it's definitely not a orange or a frisbee. They're still arguing over this. Stiff-necked fools never learn till them burn. But the youth will pick up and they're going to pass it on. The older ones, they're stuck. People my generation, older than that, forget it. They're not going to get it. Never going to get it, never going to get it. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself at this time. Good thanks.